welcome to a day in the life of Natalie Dawson. We are going into our event. It's called a 10X 360. And at this particular event, I start the whole presentation off by asking people their people problems, because when I can get a sense of what people's people problems are, I can help them solve their scaling issues. That's not the whole presentation, but it is where it starts. So I'm going to take you behind the scenes and share with you some of the people problems that these clients of ours who have multi-million-dollar businesses are asking and what our solutions are in order to help them scale and grow. So we're going to walk over there in just a second. I think we're going to shoot some more content, but we're going to walk over there. I'm going to take you with me and welcome. Literally just hit myself in the face with my slippers. Look, my lipstick stain is still on the slippers. Welcome to a day. Welcome to a day. My favorite person. You're always here. It's good to see you. So this is the hallway of the 10X headquarters in Miami. We got this whole wall of Grant Cardone himself, the whole 10X family, and the presentation is happening right in there. So I'm gonna get mic'd up and we're gonna do this thing.
She has done it through every element of which we're teaching you here today. And so I couldn't be more thrilled to bring up the author of Teamwork, Miss Natalie Dawson.
Hi guys! Hi. Welcome to day 2 of the 10X 360. Who's excited to talk about people? It's wild to me that our business is the size that it is today, and we are still honing and developing and focusing on this people game. This people thing does not go away in your business. I think there's this idea out there that like once you reach a certain point, you've just like figured out all of your people problems and that they won't continue to exist. And the reality actually is that Brandon and myself spend more time than we used to figuring out like who are the next level of people that need to come into this environment and how do we expand through people. I would like to open it up to your guys' people problems, because every 10X 360 group is different. All of you guys have different people problems than the last people that we did 10X 360. So this is gonna help. We're gonna go through this content, but I would like to just take, I don't know, 15, 20 minutes to go through and kind of figure out some other frameworks that you guys could use in solving the people problems you're challenged with. Does that sound like a plan? Okay, sweet. Who has a people problem?
I do have problems to find the people.
To find the people.
The thing is, after pandemic, when I cut my stuff, like completely, almost completely, I schedule, let's say, 10 to 12 interviews, and nobody shows up. Everybody confirmed. I'm here down in Miami. I don't have this problem when I was living in New York, but here in Miami, it's a problem. Nobody show up for interview. I don't know where to find the people.
You guys schedule interviews and people don't show up.
They confirmed.
The young generation are just morons.
Yeah. Same thing.
Welcome to Miami.
Nobody showed up. I called them. I started the whole FaceTime to see the person and said, oh, yeah, I'm fine. And nobody showed up.
Okay, great. Let me just bang those out. So, first things first. You will always have some level of no-show for interviews. Like that will exist. Our target is less than 90%, meaning out of the 100 interviews that we schedule throughout a week, 90 of them should show up. That is a really important indicator for me to look at on a weekly basis, because if candidates aren't showing up, what is their expectation about what Cardone Ventures can do for them if they're not showing up? They don't think that we're going to change their lives. Do you have people that are talking about how remarkable it is to work with you? Do you have people talking about how their lives have been changed through working with you? Do you have people saying, man, I started working here, I was making $60,000 a year and now I'm making $200,000 a year? If you don't have that and you've never built those stories inside your business, you have the wrong expectation about why candidates should show up. It's not a generational thing, I promise you that. I promise you it is not a generational thing. It's, man, what are you creating and putting out there that actually demonstrates to people that you're gonna be the thing that helps them get to where they wanna go?
I have a process for my business, so that needs to be edited based on the people that are filling the position.
Oh, I wouldn't edit it. So this is the evolution of your business, right? think about it like this. You have existing processes, meaning this strategic business unit department has 60 team members in it. We're likely not adding and looking at how Rob is completing this if he was a team member of mine. I'm not watching what he's doing in process documenting because he was already trained on the original process. So this is the scalability. The new team members should have this training when you're hiring more than one person to duplicate the person that is currently doing the role. So every time we hire somebody new and we've never had that role before, then I'm gonna have that role document their processes as new processes in the process tracker. But if I'm hiring a second person to do the same work that he's doing, because now I need two because my business has scaled, that person is gonna learn off of his processes. There's likely gonna be some changes, tweaks, edits, because maybe he's not the best process documenter. Most people are horrible at it. So, and that's fine, it's iterative. So then, but by the 10th person, we're not going back and re-looking at all of the processes because we've now seen that we've successfully onboarded 9 people who are amazing inside that department. Before you hire the role, let's take this scenario. You've never hired the role before and they're coming into your business. Do you have processes for them to be trained on? No, because you've never hired that role before. So what do you tell them in the interview process? This is part of the process. Yeah, this is part of the process. You're the first person that we've hired as the head of technology. You're the first person that we've hired as a digital marketer. You're the first person that we've hired as social media coordinator. In order for you to move from a social media coordinator to the director of marketing, we're gonna need to ensure that the social media role can be duplicated. In order for it to be duplicated, processes have to be created. So you're actually using processes as the way for people to be able to duplicate themselves so that they can get to the next level in your business. Like this is actually how you get people, competent, high-performing team members to help you along the path. Where most of us just get stuck with this though is we want the processes documented when we're about to terminate the person. And we never set the expectation on the front end, so then we're just in this mad scramble and then we don't want to terminate them because they can't be, nobody can be trained because there's no processes. Yeah, I think we have a virtual. What's up, virtual?
How can we implement what you guys have in the mornings most effectively having a remote team?
Yes. So our daily LT meeting on the Cardone Ventures side is entirely virtual because we have a lot of remote workers. We have a Florida team, we have a Washington team, and we have teams in between the two coasts of the United States. So for our Florida team, that call starts at 11:45 their time. For our Portland team, that call starts at 8:45. Now you might have some outliers where that call is at 6 p.m. What I would do in that scenario is you could potentially think, I don't know exactly how your work is broken down, but you could think about having 2 calls, one for the team that's there. If there's equal amounts of teams in both time zones where it would make sense to have a call at 8 a.m. for one team, and then that would technically be like 7 p.m. for the other team. They're not obviously both on the calls, they're separate calls, but there would have to be enough team members for both sides for that to work. Or what we do, especially when people can't make the calls, is we have them recorded. People can go back and watch the calls, but notes are sent out every single day from the person who's responsible for that, and it gets sent to our leadership team distribution list. So that way, at least everybody knows what the key metrics are and where we're off, if we're hitting targets, etc.
I try to be as clear and as precise as possible in the job description and rolling out this information also on the website. But first question that you recommend to ask, what research did you do about our organization? And I want to say like half, or if not more, of the people don't do any kind of research. So I have to end the meeting within the first 2 to 3 minutes. And so I'm wondering if that's also, do you see that a lot yourself as well?
I would say that that's happened maybe 20% of the time across all of our interviews. And maybe you're not paying people enough. True professionals, they do research. True professionals, people who are like, man, I'm freaking good at my job and I'm looking for a job right now for the next home that I want to be in, they're doing research. And so we don't struggle with that as much because we're paying people slightly above market. And when you're paying people, when you have a more premium service inside your business, do you get better customers versus the customers when you're discounting everything and it's free cleanings. What kind of customers do you get with free cleanings? The customers who want free cleanings, right? You're looking for high performers. Well, if I'm a high performer, I want to get compensated and I have the opportunity like a high performer would. So I would also look at your pay and comparing what other people are paying for those same roles. You're welcome. So I just finished my 10x360 presentation. You got to see a little bit of the behind the scenes on people's people problems and some of the recommendations that I make that we've implemented here at Cardone Ventures in order to build this remarkable team with over 180 team members, and they're just awesome. Like, you should come meet our team sometime. If you're interested in going to a 10x360 yourself, definitely check out the event. Go to cardoneventures.com/10x360, get more information, talk to one of our team members about it. We have had so many success stories of people who sat in that room who get a better understanding of their KPIs. They understand their financials. They understand the marketing strategy that's been missing, the expansion strategy, the people strategy, and all the things that they really didn't get taught in business school, in just the school of hard knocks and entrepreneurship. So the 10x360 is really a remarkable time to be a business owner and really learn the right skills that you need in order to grow and scale. With that, it is time for me to eat my Chipotle and take some meetings, get back to work. Appreciate you for being here. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe, hit the little notification button, and let me know in the comments what your biggest people problem is. I would love to help you with your people problem. So put in the comments, I'll make sure to respond and look forward to seeing you next time.